welcome back to our channel. Today's vlog, I want to show you our renovation. So it's going to go over several days, not our renovation, our remodeling, ongoing remodeling project, and where we're at, what we're doing, and just kind of take you along. It's a blizzard today and we have all the supplies we need, so we are inside and we are painting and painting and painting. If you've been watching our channel, you know that we recently replaced our whole stair railing. It came with just naked wood. It like almost feels like it'll give you splinters in some areas. There's pencil marks on it and glue and all that. So it's something that has to be either stained or painted anyway, since we painted all our woodwork in our house white. Not all of it, but that's what we've been working on. We are painting this white. We save a lot of money by painting the railing or the wood ourselves. The iron rungs will obviously leave as is. So our contractor told us to go ahead and prime it, sand it, and then paint it. So that's what I'm starting today. And because we replaced the rails, we have to replace the carpet because the footprint in the carpet changed. Because we're replacing the carpet, there's some bedrooms up here in the hallway that all have the same carpet. Not every bedroom, but some of them we are replacing. Some of them we're gonna do some like hardwood or wood laminate flooring in instead. So because we're replacing the carpet in the bedrooms, it's forcing us to go ahead and get our painting done. We're painting all the woodwork in the house. We just haven't gotten to some of these rooms yet. So it's forcing us to get that done before the carpet comes, and painting the walls. We haven't put our own mark on some of these rooms. We've just been living in them because we haven't had time to do everything. When we moved in, we did our whole main floor right away. There's a few little projects we have still on the main floor, but we've been living in a nice remodeled area that we're really happy with. But the bedrooms are not so much what we've wanted. And so I think it's been reflected in how we even live in those rooms. Like the kids' closet, when I was painting in there, I realized I can organize this much better. It will just look a lot cleaner and neater. So here's one bedroom we're doing. The bunk beds are usually on the wall and the crib is usually against a wall, but right now we're doing remodeling. These are closet doors in the process of being painted. And yeah, we're painting the baseboards in there too because the carpet's gonna go. This carpet's horrible. It was horrible before we moved in. I tend to do more the baseboards and Solo tends to do more of the walls. It's not always that case. I never do the walls, but sometimes he also helps with the woodwork, or he also does some of the woodwork. But he's very good at walls, and baseboards or the woodwork is about the only thing I know how to paint. This office is not clean right now. We've been just working a lot and things have fallen in here, but this one is more finished. The white woodwork is done, the gray walls painted. And the closet doors are the only thing we haven't finished in here. So I'm gonna start priming this wood and we'll give you some progress reports. Somebody at church gave us this little leapster and it takes pictures. So Noelle is walking around. I just heard her in the laundry room. She's like, this is my laundry room. She's vlogging. So I told Solo, she's vlogging the laundry room.
But this is a real vlog.
It's a real vlog, okay. And he goes, she just vlogged me in the bathroom.
We are working at a house.
It's all hands on deck. What's your specialty, Judah?
What are you doing on my bed,
Taping.
guys?
Do you love to tape?
That's a vlog.
Do you love any part of the painting process?
That's a vlog.
No.
No.
The taping is the worst.
Micah, get that back.
Luka actually did a lot of the sanding and painting in here of the woodwork with me. And he was good at it too.
Not sanding, that's for sure.
You were good at it, you just didn't like it, huh?
The sound.
Oh, that's true. Okay, the priming's done. It already looks so different. Probably what it'll look like at the end for you, but up close, you can tell it needs a lot more. So now for sanding. Are you out there in that blizzard?
Yes.
Ooh, can you see outside? No. Oh, maybe.
Are you painting, Noelle?
That's Dad.
You're such a good helper. Wow. That's good. How about this part over here? Mm-hmm. That's great, Noelle. Wow. You're such a good helper.
Okay, here's one room before. I haven't even started the woodwork. We put all the stuff in the middle of the room. So it's a mess. But we've started taping in here. Got a lot to do.
All right. Well, so this is the second part of this ordeal. We're gonna get the carpet in, and these guys are so good. But would have taken me probably 3 weeks. They did it in 2 hours. Sorry. I'm gonna take a video if you don't mind.
Yeah. Now we're gonna start vacuuming, clean everything, okay?
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right. So
And you're gonna have that nice view.
it's gonna be nice, right? This would have taken me days off of work. That's my room. We managed to fit everything in here. As you can see, even the bathroom.
I'm ready to show you the finished product, or semi-finished product. There are definitely some details that we have not finished, had not had time to. The minute it was done, before we had even finished arranging the rooms, Solo and I had to leave town, which I'll show you and tell you more about on Friday. We also just have some little details, like some touch-up painting, and I'll show you. Overall, we are very happy with the results and the decisions we made and how it's looking so far. So first of all, this is the hallway. So as you can see, the staircase is all new, and then we painted the woodwork white, and we got new carpet. This is the glass piece of a desk that Solo had that broke. If you need a huge piece of glass, let me know. I don't know what we're doing with that. See our family pictures? That's when Noelle was a baby. Aw, so fun. And that was when Eli was our littlest. I was pregnant there with Noelle. So I'm missing a couple up here that I need to get. And here's one where Tori was our littlest. Here's the rest of that stair rail. Look, there's a little tape underneath where we taped off where it's connected to the wall while we were painting. So we got to take care of that. But most of the walls are done with the paint. And there's just a little up on the edge we weren't able to get yet. And then we're gonna replace that light fixture still. So that's one thing that has yet to be done. We have been remodeling. We bought really a fixer-upper. It's 20 years old and had no updates, which is awesome because it allowed us to get a great big house, but we have been doing it, cash flowing it little by little as we can, and doing what we can on our own. So we replaced those light fixtures already. There's one more above me. And yeah, it's going good, but there are definitely parts of the house we haven't even touched yet, so it's little by little. We've said before, we don't like to share with the World Wide Web where all our bedrooms are located and exactly how our house is laid out, just for safety reasons. But we do show them, so I'll show you the bedrooms that were redone. I've also taken the opportunity, I feel like before, when we moved in, we didn't really own the rooms. Knowing that we were going to redo them, we just kind of moved our stuff in and moved on. And so this time when we were redoing the paint and the carpet and painting all the woodwork, I took a minute to make sure that I'm doing what I can to make it just look better and function, most importantly, better in the rooms and the closets. This is our little kid's bedroom. It's decorated a little girly, but Eli is currently sleeping up there. Noelle there, and this is Hope's crib. Destiny will move in here eventually, but right now she is sleeping in my master closet. I don't even know if I ever told you guys that, but it's a nice big closet and her crib fits in there great. It keeps her really close to me, which I prefer, but she also sleeps much better when she's behind a closed door and not interrupted by us talking or moving about. So that's been working good. This little house is something that Noelle got for her birthday from her aunt, my sister-in-law and uncle. Sam and Abigail, they got her this. I think I can put the link if you're interested. It's held up really well. She got it about a week and a half ago. She's colored the whole thing, and they have played and played and played with it. And it's still holding up, and the best part is when it doesn't hold up, it's a toy that goes in the trash, which I prefer for sure. So I love it. I'll put the link below. I think she got it on Amazon, but there are windows and doors on each side, and then the holes in the roof. And they can decorate it themselves. If you're looking for a gift or something to entertain your kids at the end of winter, it may be an option for you. And then let me show you the closet. We haven't put the doorknobs on here, although we have them. Noelle put some artwork on her closet door. So this closet houses clothes for 4 children, our youngest, Eli, Noelle, Hope, and Destiny. So up there we have baskets that are clothes. This one's some PJs, and that's all tights for girls, but that's like summer clothes for Noelle, and the rest of the baskets hold like what they're gonna grow into. I used to keep many buckets full of clothes of each size and gender, and I am just keeping less and less and less. I am keeping some clothes for them when they're really good clothes and they're gonna last, and we're just not keeping nearly as many clothes around. So if they fit in the closet and they're nice, I'll keep them for the next child. Otherwise, they're going out of here, and it's really good. It's cleaning out my storeroom. I'm not just keeping hordes of clothes, and I feel a lot better about it. Before the remodel, I did have the clothes all stacked in piles, and it was just obnoxious, and I couldn't remember which is which. So these baskets are working better, and I'm actually gonna label them too, but I can just take a peek in there and I remember right away whose is whose. I also have a bunch of homeschool stuff, like grades that we're not currently using up here, and so this is just my storage area for that. Extra crayons and pencils and glue and all those things. Noelle's clothes plus clothes she will grow into. These are just church clothes. Those are Eli's plus clothes he will be growing into. Destiny's clothes she'll be growing into soon. And then Hope's and clothes she will grow into. So we just kind of organize it that way. We don't use dressers in our house for the most part. This is the only dresser I think we have in our whole house. Just because in our other house we couldn't fit them. And then we realized when we moved in here, we learned to function without them very well. They're expensive and they take up a lot of space, so why not just go without them? So we have summer and winter clothes all out here. These are Eli's in these baskets. There's a lot of space between Micah and Eli, like 5 years, so he has a little more storage of clothes for when that he will grow into, so that bucket is for him. These dressers house Hope's summer clothes, Hope's winter clothes, and socks for the girls. And there's some cloth diapers there. There's some disposable diapers and wipes there. And a laundry basket. One thing I did do different is on the door, and I did this a few months ago, is Noelle and Eli's clothes. I roll them up together so they always match, and stick them in these clear plastic shoe things over the door. Some of the clothes that are a little bigger, they have to be separate, like someone keeps peeking out there. They have to be separate, like shirts and pants, but it is working so good because it keeps them a little more organized instead of a big pile in a basket. And there's underwear down there and stuff. So that's Noelle's clothes, and I think I'm gonna do separate them and put Eli's over here. I've said before several times that we start the season with about 5 outfits each. We're homeschoolers. We don't have to have more than that. We never end the season with 5 outfits each. They end up getting more, like they get gifts or hand-me-downs or whatever. We pick up something that they want. So we start that way at the beginning of the season, but we don't end that way. But we do try to keep clothes definitely to a minimum. That helps us a lot. We keep up on laundry by doing it every day, and so it works here. It works for us. I do have a few kids who really love clothes. Micah, Belle, and Tori all love clothes a lot. And Belle's gotten a lot of my clothes that maybe don't fit me that much anymore, or things she's really liked and just taken. And so I don't have that rule for kids that feel like it's important. I don't have that rule for any of them, but some of my kids, a lot of my boys, and my younger ones, they have their favorite outfits that they would wear every day anyway, as long as it's clean. And so there's really no need for me to keep a lot for them. So it's not something I'm forcing my kids into. Some people get very sensitive when I talk about this, like, how dare you? Really, they could wear the same 1 or 2 outfits every single day. And I am not joking. So I have to encourage them to wear all 5 of those clothes. And some of that might have to do with the fact that there's not a lot of peer pressure from outside, those kind of things. Okay, here is another room of ours. This one is the 3 older boys are in this room right now. So we have this bunk bed for 2 of them, and then this bunk bed that used to be a bunk bed. And now it's a loft bed because the bottom bunk was like a couch that pulled out into a double bed, and it broke over time. We realized we could still use the bed and make it a loft bed. I think we may be taking that bar off. I don't know. Sola wants to make sure it's still gonna be stable, but Luka has his desk up under there and it is working really good. He's got a light under there and he loves it. It's sort of a man cave for him. I've talked about before how not that long ago, I guess a year ago or so, I took all the bedding off of our beds and we just used blankets. I was so sick of being on them about making their bed and making it look nice. Now they each have a blanket or two they kind of throw at the end of their beds usually. I didn't even check them today and make sure they look nice for you, but they never look too messy this way, and it's a lot easier, especially when you have a lot of bunk beds, because those get hard to make. So that's the situation here. Let me show you their closet. Judah is keeping his clothes in another part of the house. He has his own closet, and I've just kind of spread them out a little. So these are Micah's church clothes. These are Luka's, and a bunch of church clothes that we're just saving because they don't fit one of them right now, but will soon. And then Luka has his clothes up here in baskets. That's a set of jeans that will fit Luka next winter. And then Micah has his in baskets down here. He likes clothes. Those are all pretty full. And there's their laundry basket. So it's nice and simple. And I think one basket up there is even empty. So we don't, and this includes summer. I don't pack away summer clothes, and it's winter here right now. So off-season clothes, I just store in the same place. That's a benefit of not having too many clothes when you have a lot of kids, is you can fit it all in the closet, and it's just there when you have a warm day, or sometimes they just want to wear t-shirts and shorts because they're crazy when it's cold. There's another thing I didn't show you that we have to finish. See, we do have the doorknobs here. We were switching out all our doorknobs that were brass, so it's just been a lot of things. There, let me show you 2 more things we're still going to do. The hinges, we just kind of painted over them because they were brass and we really didn't like them, and I want to switch them out to be this bronze, H-bronze, something like that. Anyway, they look really nice and they're dark iron looking. So we're going to switch all of those out on all of our doors on this level. I went to paint the windows and while I was painting the woodwork, I realized we knew our windows were bad. They're 22 years old. And we feel drafts through them and stuff, but they were just like wet, still is really wet in here, and it's just, there's so much moisture coming through. So we decided to get windows. We're getting them from Home Depot. They had a really good deal, and they told us to go ahead and paint the woodwork around, but we're getting white vinyl windows that'll go in there that slide really easily, and they're really nice. So those will be coming in a few weeks. It's like when you start one project, you find this needs to be done, and that needs to be done, and this needs to be done. This one is actually gonna help us a lot, I think, on our utility costs. So we're replacing, not all our windows in the house, but we're doing a section of it, which that's another nice thing about Home Depot, is it's not like a window company where where they're like, oh, if you do them all at once, it's such a much better deal. There was no pressure that way. They just had a sale per window, and we just picked how many windows we could do right now. So several of these bedrooms that I'm showing you, they're getting new windows, and it'll look really nice. But I also didn't have to paint because all that wood is going away. I'm excited about the vinyl windows for sure. The last room I'll show you is Belle and Tori's room. It looks so nice with these gray. We just did the same gray in all the bedrooms and the hallway, and it's actually the same gray throughout our main floor, except our big kitchen great room fireplace area is different. So what we did in here was Repos gray. It's Sherwin-Williams, and then we downstairs, that only light green is sea salt, I think, from Sherwin-Williams as well. I think the white is Falling Snow at Home Depot. It's Bear paint. We did switch things around a little bit in here, and it's working really nice, and they're keeping it really nice too, so that's good. They have this hook behind their door where they hang their bags and hats, and that has been super helpful. It just hangs on the door. And then we got that IKEA shelf when we were down at IKEA not that long ago. And so those boxes there hold a lot of school stuff and personal stuff, so that's kind of nice. This is Belle's area, her desk, and it's right by the window, which is nice. That window is getting switched out. That's why just the frame is white and the inside is wood. That window was really bad, actually. And so we moved the bed. The bed used to be on that side, or the head of it, and we moved it to that wall. We might move that over there. Just haven't decided yet. They each have a little bedside table. Belle keeps some schoolwork there, right behind her desk. 2, and then Tori has her school area there. They got a mirror on the wall. They had the same closet doors as the other 2 rooms I showed you, but they are super huge. They open big into the room, and they were open a lot. So we actually took one of our curtains hanging on a window and just put it with a shower rod there and took the doors off for a while. And it's worked so much better. It just makes a lot more space, and it's easier for some reason for them to remember to close it. So that has been good. They do have bed covers, and they make their bed, not every day, but most days. And since they share that bed, it's a king size bed, they make it together. So they asked me not to show their closet, but we used to store a lot of clothes under the bed, and we are storing less and less, and we keep getting rid of more and more out of their closet. So they both like stuff a lot. So that's always a challenge, but we're working on it, and their closet's looking better and better all the time. The less stuff there is, the easier it is to stay clean. The only thing she has under there is Belle has a tub that has her sewing machine that she pulls out. So that is their room. Looking so nice. It was sure a lot easier to show you all of that than it was to do all of that. When you're getting carpet, then you got to get all the paint done, and we had to get carpet because we did the stair rail, because they changed the footprint in the carpet. It's like one thing led to another, and then painting the woodwork made us replace the windows. Oh, it just doesn't end. But now we have a good portion of our house that is almost done. So we have a few more details to do, like I told you, and I think our next big project is just to go back and finish all the areas. We have some things on the main floor, some lighting that needs to be changed out, a backsplash in the kitchen. I think our next project is just finishing projects in areas that we've already worked on before we move on to new areas. But we're really liking the results so far, and it is kind of nice to make it your own. I feel like even just putting in the carpet and painting, it's just becoming more us and how we like it. Yeah, and we've been here 2 years now. So we did a video last year sometime where Solo and I showed you pictures of how our house looked before at the main floor, because we did that part right away, which I am so thankful for. We spend so much time down there, and it's really nice to just have it be our own and feel like our own, and I'm really glad we did that. So I'll link that down below. If you want to see what our house looked like when we first bought it. Our neighbors come in here and tell us it's unrecognizable. Last I checked, our comments are still turned off, but go over to Instagram and leave us a comment. We'll put a picture up today of what the thumbnail is here if the comments are turned off. Thanks guys for watching today, and we'll talk to you soon.